You are welcome to the 10-minute live spark with Olivia Odeleke. I'm so happy to have you here today. Today is just going to be me. And if this is your first time tuning in on the 10-minute live spark, we are focused on helping educators spark curiosity in the classroom in less than 10 minutes. Again, we know that sometimes it can feel hard. It can feel like you're by yourself and you're trying to engage students who are really disengaged for many different reasons. Partly because most of the content being presented to them is not relevant to them. We are covering content, we are delivering content, and we're not allowing students to wonder, to discover, to explore. Yes, I know we have pacing guys, but at the end of the day, we have live people in front of us. We have potential in front of us. And the question is, how are we going to develop that potential? How are we going to help students see the 10 in them and help them build their confidence, not only in the subjects we teach, but in everything they do in life? And it is something about creating a spark, creating something inside a student that will take them through their life, through their lifetime. So I am so happy you're here with me this Wednesday, June the 4th, 2025. Can you believe it? We're almost halfway through with the year. It's been a chaotic year already. It's been a lot of things that have been pushed on educators. And a lot of items may also test your principles, test your morals. But what I have learned as an educator is I must always be my authentic self. And if your conscience and if there's a little voice inside of you that says, I can't do that, please don't do that. We want to help students to find their voice, help them have boundaries, help them live by integrity and dignity. But it's hard to do that when you don't have models around you. So be true to yourself, be authentic. So today, what I am going to do is I am going to demo the Spark Curiosity GPT Coach. It's actually only been on the market for about 6 weeks now. And I thought it might be a great opportunity to see how easy it is to use it, how it's focused on curiosity based lessons and getting students thinking and talking with each other in small groups in order to lead them into the unit. I will also be demonstrating this at the Spark Curiosity Conference that's going down in just less than 3 weeks. Message me if you would like to attend that conference because I'm giving away a few complimentary registrations. Again, it's going to be in Austin, Texas, June 19th through the 20th. So let's just get right into it. What is the Spark Curiosity GPT Coach? Well, I wrote the book Spark Curiosity, a guide to a micro inquiry task. And that book basically showed teachers how to create these basically kind of quick inquiry tasks to be used at the beginning of a unit. But a lot of teachers struggle with the backgrounds of their students or the cultural of their students, and how can I integrate that into my task? And also, how can I make the task concrete, a concrete concept that can easily be done within 8 minutes? This can be a little challenging. So I basically put my book, put my framework, all the things that Campus Insights into the Spark Curiosity GPT Coach to help teachers create lessons, or even instructional coaches, principals create PDs around curiosity based strategies. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. So, I am going to share my screen. And one of the first things I wanted to do is I pulled up some Texas standards in math and in science. If I had someone in the chat who would say, hey, I would like a science standard or I would like a math standard, but sometimes it's good just to start off with something simple or even idea, but I'm just going to be very concrete. So I wanted to start off with the standard. So I was looking at physical properties and changes in matter. And let's look at Describe the structure of atoms, including protons, neutrons, and electrons. That seems simple enough. How can I spark students' interest in this? So I'm going to copy this standard. I am in ChatGPT and I am just using the regular ChatGPT. But in order to get to the Spark Curiosity GPT, you need to go to the left where it says Explore GPTs right here at this one. But I already have it tagged. So I'm going to click on Spark Curiosity GPT. And I am going to put a couple things in here. See, the more information you give this coach, the better it can give you customized micro inquiry tasks. So I already know my standard. So I'm going to put the standard here. And then I am going to say I am a Austin um, urban teacher who has a class of, let's say, of 45% ELL students and 25% African American students, and the rest are white students. I'm just putting this demographics in there because demographics does matter. It does matter where students come from, and you can get more detail if you like. Um, I know they really like playing video games, so I'm going to put that in there. Um, Please create a task using this standard, and that's the standard. And I'm going to say to kick off our unit. Okay. So I just gave it a little information. I'm going to say in Austin, Texas. So just in case there are more than one Austin. And I already kind of gave it a standard based on the text. So I'm going to even put that. You don't have to put the standard in there. It will automatically generate it for you if you give it the state or the location that you are in. And I'm just going to press enter. Let's see what the Spark Curiosity Coach gives me. All right, let's see what the task is. Atomic Builders, game on. Kick off title. What if atoms were video game characters? Ooh. Here's the goal: spark curiosity by connecting atomic structure to game design. And so here's the prompt. Imagine you're designing a new sci fi video game where players build characters using atomic particles instead of gears or points. Each particle, proton, neutron, and electron, gives your character different powers and weaknesses. So the challenge is for them to get in pairs or in groups of 3 to 4 and sketch or describe their atomic hero. What does each particle contribute to your character? What happens if one type is missing or overpowered? This really is going to allow students to be very creative. And if you didn't want to use the actual names, you could actually just say power P, power N, or power E. You could create different names so they not even familiar with the vocabulary, so they won't start trying to figure out, oh, is this right? Is this wrong? The key part is to get them to think about things and where do these particles live inside the character. That's powerful. So again, we're going to allow them to do this for about 8 minutes. And then they have some prompts for the teacher. So here are some questions you could ask as a part of a guided discussion. And then why it works. This is just thinking about, hey, we're thinking about video games. Students are interested, activates the curiosity gap, encourages discussion, and pure ideation. And last but not least, you have some extensions here. And if you would want to do a follow-up lesson doing some things here. So at the end of the day, it's simple It's right to the point, but it allows you to create something that is curiosity based. So that's all I wanted to show you today is how to use the Spark Curiosity GPT Coach in less than 10 minutes. All you need is a standard and put in a location, talk a little bit about the background of the students, and allow the ChatGPT coach to help you create those lessons. I'm going to end today's session with another original song. Again, this song is going to be at the Spark Curiosity Conference. And again, if you message or put a comment, we have a few complimentary registrations still available. So I would like to offer that to you just for tuning in and being a part of the Spark. This song is called The Holy Grail of Teaching. And I firmly believe that curiosity is the holy grail of teaching, and we need to allow it to be sparked in more of our students. So let's take a listen to that. And thank you again for tuning in to the 10-minute Love Spirit.
Uh, yeah. Step in the room, minds start to shift. Drop a question, watch the silence lift. I'm not here to just teach the test. I'm here to spark minds, not let them rest. I don't lecture, I launch a quest. A little doubt, that's just interest. I plant wonder, like seeds in spring. Now watch them grow, let the questions ring. Eyes wide open, hearts engaged. Ideas unleashed like they just broke cage. Forget the script, we flip the page, cause learning's more than a standard stage. Curiosity, that's the holy grail. Not the grade, not the test, not the paper trail. It's the fire in the why, the spark in the tail. When they lean in close, you know you didn't fail. Yeah, I don't chase scores, I chase the spark. That moment in class when you like the dark. When they ask one more than two, then three, you just unlocked what it means to teach free. Facts don't stick unless they're framed in a moment that makes them play the game. I toss them a riddle, a thought unexplained. Now they're in it deep, mind unchained. From cells to stars, from math to
Oh my
maps, we
goodness.
remix
So
knowledge. We
remember, we're going to get all of those songs at the Spark Curiosity Conference. They're going to be within the Unleashing Curiosity book that will be released at the Spark Curiosity Conference. And I'm telling you, I mean, I could tell you about it, but it's nothing like experiencing it. And I promise you, if you are there in Austin, June 19th and 20th, it will be one of the most powerful PD experiences you have for the 2025. Again, it's been Olivia Odaleke on the 10-Minute Live Spark. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next week, Wednesday, where we have a special guest, Nuashad Ali, and he's going to talk about the Spark model and how the first component of the Spark model is stimulating curiosity. So I hope you'll tune in next Wednesday for that special guest. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Bye bye.